DNA in one person's body to actually stretch from the sun all the way to Pluto 17 times. If you don't know what DNA is, Mr. B could probably explain it a lot better than I could.
DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid.
Deoxyribonucleic acid. Say that 3 times real fast.
It's what makes up every part of us. In fact, it's the recipe for why parts of us do the things they do. Because of DNA that you look and act the way you do. Makes us all different, makes us all unique. But there is also one fact about DNA that a lot of people don't know. Did you know that 99% of all people on Earth share almost exactly the same DNA? Even the Bengals and even the Browns fans. Humans are made up of about 60% water. Water is comprised of hydrogen and oxygen. But in addition to hydrogen and oxygen, there's one additional element that's found in all living creatures, and that's carbon. In fact, carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen are also the basic components of sugar.
I love sugar.
Sugar!
This week's experiment for Weird Science Wednesday is again another dangerous experiment that should only be done with parent permission and parent supervision, and in a safe, well-ventilated area. We are going to dehydrate a carbohydrate, which is found in sugar. It also gives us energy. But how do you dehydrate a carbohydrate? Well, you take the water out. For this experiment, we will use common household items like rubbing alcohol, powdered sugar, sand, a container, and sodium bicarbonate, also known as baking soda. First step will be to fill the container with sand and make a little mound inside of it. We will douse some rubbing alcohol in there to use as a fuel. We will mix our 4 parts sugar with 1 part bicarbonate, and then we will make a mound in the middle of the sand. Using our lighter, we will ignite the sand that has the alcohol in it, and the heat from the alcohol will then dehydrate the water that's inside the sugar, leaving only the carbo part of the carbohydrate. The carbo part is carbon. Well, I'm the first to admit that having fire in a science experiment always makes it a little better. But the bigger picture of today's Weird Science Wednesday isn't necessarily what makes us unique or different, like what most people think DNA does, but actually what brings us closer together. 99.9% of all humans on Earth have identical DNA. 100% of humans on Earth have carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Basically, sugar. And to me, knowing that I'm just like you and you're just like me, well, that's pretty sweet. And speaking of sweet...
Hi!
Now that's science.
Dad!